Good morning, my friends. Dave Lure here. Welcome, everybody, to Project Positivity, my continuing mission to encourage business leaders, just like all you guys watching, to make a positive difference in the world through bringing more joy and positivity into the workplace. I'm so excited to be here with you this morning. It is a beautiful day, and I'm here to talk about one of my favorite subjects of all times. Thanks for joining me. I'm Dave Lure, your high performance business coach. And what is this awesome subject that I'm talking about here? It's called Embrace the Suck. That's right. That's exactly what I said. I said, embrace the suck. Have you ever heard of this term before? I think it was popularized by military folks who really had like no choice, literally, to ever give up. Right? If you're in the middle of combat somewhere and you're in the middle of the desert in Iraq and you got bullets raining down on you, you don't have a chance to give up. And so I think that's where this term came from, embrace the suck, right? They don't have a choice to ignore or deny what's really going on here, do they? And so even though most of us will never, hopefully never have to experience that, we can still take a lesson from this and apply it in our day-to-day lives, which hopefully is a little less life-threatening, I'm hoping. So at a more spiritual and emotional level, we create a lot of pain within ourselves when we deny the reality that's going on around us. We ignore it, and we create a lot more long-term pain by allowing the suckiness of things to keep us stuck in mediocrity, don't we? Right? When something bad happens at work, some people go into complete denial, don't they? Or they choose not to deal with it by ignoring it. We procrastinate, okay? We ignore how for example, we ignore how our lack of communication skills has cost us another employee at work who quit. Right? We ignore how our inability to proactively address problems in our relationships is degrading our level of joy in these relationships. See, I think that we all know people who suck at some of these things and choose to instead just keep burying these things deep within. And I think we also know, most of us, that this is not sustainable. Right? It's a bad practice, and it's a bit like a ticking time bomb if you think about it. So instead of ignoring and pushing things down inside, what should we do? That's right. We need to learn to embrace it. The pill is never as bitter as we think unless we put off taking it, right? So let's put this into a practical example, shall we? Instead of putting things off another day, how do we hit these sucky things head on? How do we do that? All right, first of all, my advice to you is you must reframe the situation for yourself. You've heard me talk about this before. Any situation that you encounter, it's inherently, it's neither positive or negative. It's just a situation. It's the meaning that you give the situation that makes something positive or negative, good or bad. See how that works? For the old me, for example, I would view every sucky situation negatively. I did, right? I would go into this whiny mode and either avoid the situation or instead of just taking care of it, I would say, why me? Why me? I just spent hours writing this estimate for this customer and they end up taking their business to my competitor. Why me? The better modern version of Dave says, dang, I don't like this situation, but what can I learn from it? How could I have done this better? How can I do it better next time? This is the proactive approach that people should take, right? You see, ladies and gentlemen, high performers have a curiosity about things and a level of grit that gets them through sucky situations with a positive attitude, right? And if not a positive attitude, at least not a negative attitude. So let me turn our attention to another really, really important point, right? And an important aspect of embracing the suck. And that's when it comes to self-improvement. Our need for ascension, right, will never be realized when we refuse to engage in sucky activities when they come along. To become great at anything in life and business, it requires to suck at that thing sometimes, doesn't it? At least in the beginning. So whether you're trying to learn to play golf or tennis or things in business, public speaking, talking to a bunch of people in front of a camera, right? Zig Ziglar said, anything worth doing is worth doing poorly until we can do it well. Boy, didn't Zig have that one nailed right on the head. This is where we must learn to become comfortable doing uncomfortable things. Okay, we must be willing to make an ass out of ourselves sometimes if we want to perform at the highest levels of any worthy endeavor. Okay, I've been talking into this camera right here to you folks hundreds of times. I've been doing a live program every Monday morning for, I think it's 77 weeks in a row. And if you think I suck now, you should have seen me 77 weeks ago. But you see, I believe in my mission to help small business leaders so strongly that I have made a decision to embrace the suck, to try things that are sometimes completely uncomfortable to me so that I can help you guys and thereby fulfill my mission. Okay, so just be prepared for a lot more suckiness from me. Okay, all right, look, y'all, at least most of you don't need to embrace the suck as a matter of life and death like our brave military folks. But consider for a moment the importance of what I'm trying to convey to you guys today. In my opinion, what is worse than death is having truly never lived. Think about that for a moment. I think it was Marcus Aurelius who said, it is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. So from now on, my friends, you have an opportunity to begin living a more fulfilling life by reframing these seemingly negative situations into positive ones. You have a huge opportunity to avoid a meaningless life of mediocrity by seeking out the skills and uncomfortable lessons that will allow you to ascend to a better version of yourself. Embrace today's message, ladies and gentlemen. Embrace the suck. So go to the chat roll right now, hit the chat roll, and let me know. Type in one thing that you will suck at this week to help bring you closer to your dreams and goals. Go ahead, just hit that chat roll. Tell me one thing that you're willing to suck at this week to help you get to your dreams and goals. All right, so if you guys want more positivity throughout the week, be sure to check out my Dave Lure YouTube channel. Also, if you want to stay in touch, be sure to text me right now. Go to my go to your cell phone, pick up your cell phone and dial 615-492-3861 and in your chat and just send me the word limitless as the keyword. So text the word limitless to 615-492-3861. Guys, thank you for joining me again today. I'm Dave Lure, your high performance biz coach, and I can't wait to see you next week. Thank you for joining me.